July is Disability Pride Month that commemorates the 1990 signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act. But it's turned into a time to celebrate the history, achievements, and the rights of the disabled community. However, a lot of people probably don't know about My Able accounts. These are tax advantage accounts allowing eligible people with disabilities to save and invest. Joining me now to talk about it is financial expert Dan Casey. And Dan, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us here.
Thanks for having me.
So talk about this. I still remember, I was much younger, but the Americans with Disabilities Act was a huge deal.
Yes.
And we always think about physical stuff that it allows you to do. They have to make sure that buildings are accessible and that companies are understanding. But there's financial stuff here too.
Yeah, so that act did good for discrimination, but it didn't change the amount that people on disability can save. If they're on SSI, they're limited to $2,000 a month, or I'm sorry, $2,000 total that they can have in savings. If you're a couple, $3,000. So you can own a home and a car, but $2,000 is all you can have in savings. So in order to get SSI, or they start to reduce it or eliminate it. So the ABLE accounts came out in 2014. It was a federal framework, and then each state can adopt their own version, kind of like 529 college education. In fact, this is 529A of the tax code. So it allows them to save. In Michigan, it's up to $500,000 that they can save. You want to keep it under $100,000 because it starts to affect your SSI at that point. But they can invest it. They can deduct the contributions. Anybody can contribute, family, grandparents, deducted off of Michigan taxes. Gross tax deferred, comes out tax-free if used for a qualifying expense. You're able to save it in various bands, conservative to aggressive. So really a powerful account that nobody knows about.
No, that's what's so interesting, is that so many people don't know about it. And you kind of sit there and you go, okay, these are tax-advantaged accounts. When you look at this, how many people are taking advantage of this in the country right now, would you say?
Yeah, not many. So I don't know the exact number. In the state of Michigan, it's 1%.
Wow.
So if that's any microcosm of the nation, very low. So, and what's nice was what happened in 2026 is they raised the age where if you were disabled before age 26, before this year, you were able to open the ABLE accounts. Now it's 46. So it opened it up to 6 million more Americans, 1 million more veterans, and in Michigan, it's 1 million people here that are eligible, but only 1% are contributing to it.
When you look at the kind of contribution you can make and what you get back, this is actually life-changing in many ways for many people, especially when we're dealing with this challenge already, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because I read tons of horror stories where people were working, trying to do the right thing, but they can't save anything because they would lose some of that SSI. So it's super powerful, and again, just something that's not heard of a lot, not spoken about a lot.
How does someone get involved and with this program and kind of sign up for it and get started and jump start it?
Yep. So abletoday.com is where they can go. They can find out if they're eligible. It's really just you have to have that disability occurring before the age of 46, but at any age you can open one. And then you have to either be on SSI or SSDI or have a doctor say you have a disability.
While we have you here, we're talking about the economy, of course, for everybody out there. When you look at where we are right now, where do you see things going? We know that the war in Iran seems to be kind of ramping up once again.
I think I'm not going to answer any more questions about energy that you ask me, because I'm wrong every time you ask me. I think I literally just said, oh, oil's not going up back up to 90 or 100, and here we are. So I'm not even answering that. But it's just so volatile. And you know, as soon as this war is over, they're just going to drop like a rock, I think, again. So, but it's still, there are just no signs that this economy is cracking at all. Slight issues with the lower and middle income families, but they're still trucking along. So the economy's looking good still.
Which is really good news as well. And you took a look at jobs, too. When you think about jobs, there's many people out there who stopped applying for jobs, but the bottom line is, are jobs available out there?
Yes, and unemployment is still very low.
Which is good news.
Yes.
Dan Casey, we always appreciate your expertise, financial expert. Great to have you with us here tonight.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Well, more communities pulling the plug.